You don't have to suffer to succeed. In the men's self-improvement space, there's this like very performative energy. You guys know what I'm talking about, where dudes are just screaming at you on Instagram or on YouTube, bro, you gotta fucking lock in, and you know, the next 6 months of your life are gonna be absolutely fucking miserable, but it's gonna be the best 6 months of your life. And then goes your ass, you know, like, yeah, bro, fuck it. I'm gonna finally fucking lock in. 2 weeks later, you fucking can't handle that shit. And you're like, what the fuck? Why the fuck can I fucking lock in? And it's like, bruh, there's this misconception that, to attain wealth or to attain growth, you have to suffer. Now, adversity is a part of the struggle because you are changing who you are to get everything you want. That is the truth of the matter. But like, let's not pretend like, or let's not act like we have to be constantly suffering or else you're not growing. You constantly have to be fucking, feeling constrained and feeling pressured and, shaming yourself when you fall short of perfection. Because what I see with a lot of ambitious men is that we have high standards. So it's hard for us to give ourselves permission to actually rest and to let go of our standards. And that's not really, that's not really a sign that you're locked in when you feel that pressure. It's more of a sign that you don't trust yourself to come back to what you're building. You don't trust the man that's building the lifestyle that he wants. That's what it really comes down to. And this may be from accumulation of all the times that you've locked in for a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month. And then you fucking shit talked yourself, shamed yourself, and really made it difficult for you to really lock in and stay locked in. You may even say to yourself, like, I know I can do it. I know I can be disciplined, but it's just so fucking hard. And the reason that is because you're making it hard. But let me not act like I haven't fell into this own trap myself. And, growing up in this era, a lot of the content that was pushed out was, bro, you need to suffer, bro. If you don't got the physique, if you don't got money, if you don't got this, you don't got that, you ain't gonna get no women, you ain't gonna get no respect, and all types of bullshit, bro. All types of bullshit. Just basically men using things in the external world, things in the carnal reality to fulfill the root cause, the root feeling that they don't feel enough as a man. You see a lot of ambitious men, they feel like they have to wait to build the life that they want, and they'll put it off by focusing only on the money. you know they'll hold off. They'll go get a job instead of using all that time that they're investing on the job into themselves and on the business that they want to really do. And a lot of men will betray themselves this way. They'll believe the money will fulfill that void of them feeling like a fraud, you see? And the issue with this is that when you try to put a carnal solution over a spiritual problem, it's never gonna happen. You're always gonna be exposed. You know, there's this saying that you hear often from men is that there's always someone better than you. No, I really don't believe that. There's always someone that has more than you. But really, when it comes to like even dating, right, with women, yes, there's always a man who's a better fit for that woman more than you. But is there anybody better than you? Not necessarily. Is there anybody worse than you? Not necessarily. It's all about how you frame it. Now, of course, we understand between men, like, who is the big dog in the fucking room. Like, there's just a natural hierarchy. That's just how, men are. That's how women are. That's how, even the animal kingdom is, right? A lot of men, they try to fill these voids by their physique, by their, by their status, by their money, when really, it all comes down to one thing. Can you lead yourself effectively, and you trust the man that you are? If you can do that, you'll become a 1% man, which is something I'm going to start to build upon on this channel, the 1% man. If you could do those two things, you'll have all of these self-improvement junkies, all these fucking, oh, bro, you got to be this and that. And be, you know why? Because they're overcompensating. Strength is not explanatory. It's not boastful. It's not arrogant. It's quiet. It's convicted. It's like a fire. You know, you only pull it out when you need to, like a sword, really. But a man moving in his convictions and able to trust his own leadership is able to effectively lead others because he knows the decisions that he makes will benefit him and will benefit others. The mentality that I've gotten to as a man, because I am a leader, and I prove this to myself by leading myself every day, taking the guidance that the Lord gave me and actually using it and applying it in my life. I don't fucking wait for anybody to do anything. Now, of course, there's some times where you put shit off. We all do it. We all do it. We all avoid certain shit. We all subtly procrastinate. But the truth of the matter is, if you could consistently lead yourself daily, keep your fucking word to yourself, you are ahead of the game. The physique don't matter. The money doesn't matter. The status don't matter. All those material items, they do not matter. They do not matter. Yes, you'll earn credibility, okay? But then when you see someone real like me, or like other brothers I know, that they're actually convicted and don't need, material items to really be the man that they say they are, it confounds people because they'll give them give them a question of, why the fuck are you so convicted? Why do you trust yourself so much? And it really, like I said, it comes down to keeping your fucking word, doing what you want to do as a man. That's not living by society standards. That's not living by your parents' standards. That's not living by your friend's standards, your woman's standards. As setting the fucking life that you want, your own standards, and knowing that you could influence rooms just because of who you are. Like if you find yourself in situations when you're constantly leading and you'll end up the group leader, or you'll find yourself in manager positions, you are a leader. You may even feel burdened by the responsibility of being a leader. Oh, why the fuck can't they do it themselves? Why do they depend on me? And the truth of the matter is, you were meant to be a king over your own life. A lot of other men do not get that gift, and you take advantage of it. You take it for granted. And you see it as a burden instead of the blessing that it is. It can be burdensome, but it's not a burden. It's not a curse. It's a blessing. And it allows you to walk into rooms and your gift to make room for you no matter where you are. You see, with a lot of ambitious guys like that be on this self-improvement journey, they put off life for the sake of self-improvement. But then they reach their destination, they get the income that they want, and they realize, holy shit, I should have just built the lifestyle that I wanted in the first place, because now I'm stuck. I'm stuck working a job I don't like. I settled for a woman who was okay, or like that was no good for me. And now I didn't take advantage of my freedom that I had when I wasn't working this career, and now I'm fucking stuck. This is a sad reality that most men will encounter that are in the self-improvement space. The men that are actually guiding correctly are the ones that tell you that to build the life that you want, it doesn't have to look like, just fucking constantly grinding. I build, I don't fucking grind, because everything I do builds me up. I don't grind. And when you have that mentality that you don't grind, you build, you're gonna find yourself feeling, despite feeling more positive, things will be moving in your favor in your life, because everything is building you up, everything is adding onto you, and you're removing the negative parts of you as you're growing. That's what growth is. It's not suffering. A man is akin to a tree. A tree only goes up. A tree doesn't fucking fall down unless it's cut down, and it's useless. when you feel like you need material items, like a lot of these self-improvement junkies, gurus tell you to feel whole as a man and to really, walk in the way that you want to walk, you're lost. You're cursed. You're living a curse. That is a curse from the Most High, because you're gonna find yourself feeling like a fraud. You're gonna be looking within. You're gonna still feel that gap between who you are and who you want to be, because you're always gonna be pushing the envelope for the next achievement to get the next hit. You might not be on substances, but your substance is achievement, because that achievement makes you feel like the man you were meant to be for a moment. Your high standards may actually be fraudulence in disguise. You don't need anything to be yourself. And when you realize that, you're going to naturally get everything you want anyways, because you're finally open enough to receive the things that you want. You get out of life not what you want, but based off the man that you are. The Lord will see you and will say, he can handle it. He's not attached to these things. He's not placing his spirit, his identity into those things, and it won't destroy him.